I've got, sorry, Ron, I've got two more. Really, I'll try and do them as quickly as possible. First is like a lot of the tools that you seem to be using are geared towards looking at analytical data. Are you doing any one-to-one conversations with users just to sort of you can see what's happening, but understanding a deeper why they're doing that, or like observing behavioral stuff? Just
So
that, I mean, that's out of curiosity.
yeah, the only time that we need to do stuff like that usually is if it's something a little bit more advanced, like we're building a dashboard or an account ordering system or something like that, and we need to talk to a customer. If we're thinking like, how are people using a marketing website, and more specifically like a template, like a blog, it's not that hard to actually look at screen recordings and look at heat maps and really figure out, okay, well, this is more or less how people are using this page, because there's not a lot of options. You know what I mean? You either
Yeah.
scroll, you click, or you leave on
Yeah.
on a blog post. On an account, it's a lot more intensive. And I remember we didn't speak to the customers directly when we did the account page for expresswriters.com. What we did though is we actually had them set up an account for us, and we recorded ourselves being a new customer, creating the account, placing an order, talking to people, and having them fulfill the order. So a lot of times when I go through the UX audit, I'll ask them for a 100% coupon code, and I'll go through the process as a consumer. And that way I get to be the user. A lot of times, like I had a call with a client or with a prospect, and they kind of asked me for my opinion, and I told them, I'm like, honestly, from your homepage, I have no idea what you do, because I just like randomly landed here and I don't know you. And they're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And I was like, oh yeah, but by the way, most of your customers that are coming from cold traffic, they're like me. They have no idea who you are or what you do. So.
Excellent. Okay, and the final one is like, as well as promoting your website, UXX, is there any tools that you would recommend people look into? I know you've mentioned obviously Google Analytics, Hotjar as well, but like for someone who wants to start getting more involved in the business side of analysis of design, rather than, oh, you should change your colors and make fonts bigger. Like, is there any tools that you would recommend?
I mean, get familiar with Google Analytics. Get familiar with Data Studio. If you're a UX designer, learn how to generate UX or CRUX reports, which that's what Google is looking at when they're trying to figure out what the performance is of a website. And honestly, I think the best thing that you could learn how to do, even as a UX designer, is learn how to do split test and A/B test. So learning a tool like Google Optimize, I think, is invaluable, because when your client says, I want you to make the logo bigger, instead of saying, okay, you can say, okay, well, let's do a split test where on one the logo is bigger and on the other the logo is smaller, and then ask them what it is that they're trying to measure by making the logo bigger. 9 times out of 10, just having the conversation of like, okay, what are we trying to measure with this change? And they'll realize, oh, this is just something that I want to do because of my own vanity. And then if you're a really smart designer or developer, you can say, hey, I'm not here to boost your ego. I'm here to help you make money. All right.
Excellent. Thank you so much for your time, David.
Yeah, I'm super happy to have been here. If you guys have any questions about this, I'll probably be active in the comments here if I'm allowed. If not, feel free to go ping one of my videos over on YouTube. And if you're interested in the A/B testing, we have a live stream where we just learn how to use Google Optimize. So feel free to check that out as well.
Oh, that's awesome. That's cool. Yeah, David, this was awesome. Packed with so much like actionable insights for designers as well as people that run small businesses and websites. So we'd love to have you back. Thanks again for the time. This was great.
Yeah, no problem. Awesome.
All right. Thanks, everyone. We'll catch you next time on Design Huddle. Thank you for listening to today's episode of Design Huddle. The opinions expressed are solely our own and do not express the views or opinions of our employer.